Video shows you how to make a mind map or Lotus diagram. This is essential to show that you have really thought about your question and all areas of it. It's particularly important for P2, one of the criteria. So the Lotus diagram, the end product looks something like this. You can see that most of the boxes are full, but it's not essential to fill every single one. It just doesn't look very good if your diagram is very patchy. So the process here is to put your topic in the center, and this person has thought about food choices. So they have thought, okay, what could I research about food choices? I could look at how does culture affect it? How does gender affect it? How do others affect what we choose? How does personality affect what we choose, etc.? So these are quite large questions, and then each of these larger questions about the topic is moved into the corresponding box of the same colour. So here, when we look at what is the effect of gender on food choices, we can look at things like exploring, drilling down deeper. What are the main influences on females' food choices, males' food choices? Which gender is more influenced by health concerns, prepared to spend more money on food? Which foods are preferred by females compared with males, etc. So each one of these little boxes is a more particular question. So by doing this, you're able to really explore the entire field that you're interested in. And as you do it, you might think, oh, well, the effect of season, there's not that much on that one, I'm not going to do it. But this one, the effect of economics, there's a bit more, but the one I'm really interested in is advertising. So that may become your research question, and then later on, each of these can become your focus questions. So the Lotus diagram is really important to show that you've really thought about the whole field that you're interested in. Another way of doing this is a mind map. So you can put your question in the center and then spin off all sorts of other thoughts from that. Inspiration is another way of doing it. So here someone's thinking about, okay, so attractive photography, what can I look at in more detail about that? And then they've branched off from there. If you're making something, in some ways, a hierarchy like this is really good. So this person wanted to source and rebuild a vintage moped. So the first thing they had to do was get the moped. Then they had to research the parts. Then they had to dismantle it, rebuild it, etc. And for each of those steps, they've broken it down further. So all of these, I'm not sure if you can read it, but here they're rebuilding the engine. So what do they have to do? They have to clean components. They have to replace damaged parts. They have to resurface, and then rebuilding the framework, etc. So this is another way of showing that you've thought about all areas of your topic.